Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time. My first question is, you have always been interested in the journeys. Why the journey of Pope? Why this journey?
It's the most courageous journey today. The journey that this man chose started with the decision to pick the name Francis, and to pick that name today takes guts. No pope has ever done that. 5 seconds before he showed up, his name was announced, and I stood up and said, "Wow! Wow! I know he knows what he's doing," because Saint Francis, in my life, is a very important figure, and I knew that this was a visionary and a revolutionary, and I didn't think anybody would have the guts to call himself Francis. And then he showed up, and he was very ordinary, and he had a sense of humor. He stood and said, "Now I'm your new Bishop of Rome," but my colleagues had to go to the end of the world to find one, and everybody laughed, and I laughed too, and I thought, "Oh wow, he starts well."
Do you remember where you are?
In front of a television in Berlin, yes.
In Berlin. What time took you to make the choice to make a film from Pope?
It didn't cross my wildest dreams, that idea, but one day I got a letter by the Vatican saying, "We'd like to talk to you about the possibility of getting you interested in making a film about the Pope." And wow, yes, I was interested, but of course it would depend what sort of film. I couldn't make a commissioned film for Vatican TV. And then they were very clear. We don't even know what sort of movie. You would have to invent it, you'd have to write it, you'd have to conceive it. We'd give you full access to the archives, and you would have a very privileged access to Pope Francis, and we wouldn't interfere with the concept, with the shoot, with the editing. It was carte blanche, but you would have to find an independent production, you would have to produce it outside of Vatican, and it was fantastic. It was not an offer I could refuse, because I felt this man was one of the most important people on this planet, and I wanted to follow his journey.
As a director, the first choice, the subject, it was a difficult choice to only focus on the words, not on the consequences of the words, or, I don't know, something else. Why choosing this?
He distinguished himself from everybody else by being so direct, and by being so simple, and by communicating so contagiously. And what he said counted, and he lived what he said. So I thought, I'm not going to make a film about the man as a person. I'm not interested in his biography. I'm interested in the biography of his words, what he says. That is going to be the center of the film, is his message. And I'm not interested in my opinion. The world is not interested in my opinion. And there's many essays about him, and there's critical essays. I'm not interested in that. My kind of filmmaking is that I love something and I want to share it with the world. That's why I went to Havana, because I loved that music and I thought the world should know it. And that's why I made a film with Pina Bausch, because her art is so beautiful. I don't have a critical distance. I'm a lover, and that is my energy to make a movie. And I loved the message of this man, and in the end, getting to know him, I loved this man very, very much. And I had this unbelievable privilege to be face to face, and I thought, I can't have that for myself. I have to share that. And then I realized I didn't even want to appear as a person. I wanted to have center stage for him and what he says, and I wanted to disappear. So now he's looking at everybody. He's looking through me, so to speak. That's the technology we used. By looking at a screen with me on it, he looks at everybody.
That's what I'm gonna.
It's sort of a teleprompter, except that it doesn't say what he has to say. It doesn't have words, but he sees my face, and by looking at me and by talking into my eyes, he looks at everybody.
Okay. One more question. Mexico. What do you think about right now from Mexico? We have a lot of issues. Obviously, the themes about the border, the themes with the United States. We have elections. We have a great filmmakers. What do you think about Mexico right now?
I feel that Mexico is a place of incredible energy right now. I feel ashamed of politics of a country that I like. I like America, and I like the values of America, and I'm angry that these values are so trampled on, and I think it's a sad world right now because so many of people in power are moral dwarfs and have no right morally to talk to us and govern us. But that's the way it is. So that's my only way to respond to that was to make this film because there is a moral giant. He has something to say to all of us. And I love Mexico. And I've traveled there. I think Mexico has some of the most amazing cameramen and directors at this moment. Some very powerful guys who really are changing cinema. And I hope that Mexico will come out of this confrontation, it is right, in even stronger. And I hope, I mean, it's so crucial. Mexico doesn't have many borders. The United States don't have many borders. My country, Germany, we have borders with 11 countries and lots of different languages. I think if you have only 2 neighbors, you should love them and you should be open and transparent.
Thank you very much.
You.
Thank you.